Hi! It is almost Golden Week in Japan, which is a series of public holidays, I guess, so days off of work and everything for people that are kind of back to back. So while there's only about 3 public holidays, they take a good week, Golden Week, out of the year to be able to have this time to explore and rest and do all these exciting things. And part of that means that my university is not on. And while initially I was thinking, great, I'll get ahead on all my assignments and just stay in my dorm and knuckle down, I realized that's probably not the best way to go about it. I could have a bit more balance, and so I'm going to try and get out every day to do something fun. First thing that I'm doing today is just some op shopping. I thought I'd keep it simple for the first day and stay in my local area, explore an op shop that I have seen before and then a couple more that I haven't been into, and just spend a couple hours out and about and getting into the groove of exploring by myself. So that's where I'm heading now, and I'm excited. I am back from my trip and it was really nice, just a nice little couple of hours out and about, which was a good way to start, I think, this week of exploration. But the last place that I went to, the bookstore, that I had thought was a second-hand bookstore. Turns out it wasn't. It was just a normal bookstore and everything very much was in Japanese, so it was fun to walk around there, but I didn't end up buying anything there. And at the actual op shop that I went to, I did get to buy a shirt for like $5 and then a dress for about $20, which was I'm excited about. It was fun to be able to have that as a little token of what I've done today. That was the coolest experience ever, especially the dome, which I was not expecting. I got to be a part of experiments that different universities are doing from other parts of the world. There were signatures from the astronauts that had visited that place, and same as Nobel Prize winners who had also left questions specifically for people coming there when they had visited, which I was shocked and moved me in a way that I was not expecting. So that was so cool. It was just so interesting to see everything. And that dome, I still not over, I can't get enough of that, because it felt like it was 3D, but it wasn't. And they do have 3D movies apparently. I missed them all, so I had to do a 2D one. But even that was like close enough. Shocking. So cool. And the dome experience that I had was them talking about the importance of animation in science to be able to visualize the theories and ideas and how the universe works. So that was such a cool blend, I think, of the animation and science that I wasn't expecting to have, but so cool. I'm back from my walk and it was honestly much more lucrative than I was expecting it to be with the shrines and temples, which was cool. But it was also just nice to get out and walk around for an hour because I wasn't feeling up to doing like a big trip today, but it was a nice reminder that you can still have fun and take in the sights and have, you know, some fresh air and nice time without having to go all out and do a big trip. So I'm proud of myself for that, and it's better than having sat in my room all day anyway. And I was honestly really enjoying the nature, just the what is around even in this city was so special, and some of the older architecture of the other buildings around, not just the shrines and temples, which was cool. So that was an enjoyable little sightsee, I think. So yeah, I'm happy. I am back from my trip, made a lunch stop at 7-Eleven. The zoo itself was definitely interesting, definitely a little, not a conservation zoo in any way. But I guess the highlight of it was that it was so fascinating to see what they considered zoo animals. Because there was literally everything there, from birds to monkeys to walruses and farm animals. Like, it was a big spread of everything. But what I found interesting from the Australian perspective was that there were kookaburras and, even more surprisingly, ibises, our bin chickens, just sitting in the cages and everyone getting excited about it. And I'm like, that's the thing we're trying to get out of our zoos, because they're, you know, pests most of the time. But that was definitely interesting. I will not lie, travelling and touristing around when you're by yourself, not as fun when you're with people, because everything's so pretty here, but kind of don't really have the care in me to just stay and take it in like I would if I was like being able to share it with somebody else. I am back from my outings for today. I was supposed to just go to the museum, but I didn't realise how close the Imperial Palace was to the museum, so I managed to get in and go there too, which was really fun. The flowers were blooming and it was a really nice time just to walk around, and such a large space. But I definitely was underprepared, and I would have given myself a bit more time, I think, if I could, to go and explore and have that energy to be able to keep looking and being enthusiastic about it, because I was already short on time and then underfed, so I think my care for it was a little less than it could have been on a better day, but that's okay because it was still very, very fun. And the museum itself, incredible. I loved it. It was so special. I actually got in for free because I'm a university here, so that was exciting. And I didn't go to their special exhibition, I just went to their normal collection, which is still 3 floors worth of different rooms to go into. There were obviously a lot of paintings and illustrations, and then some sculptures and even moving images, so movies that people had made, so many things, some like huge sculptures as well. So all very interesting, and each room had a different theme. I don't know if I just don't go to art museums that often, or if that's, you know, a bit unique, but I found that exciting and I thought it was very cool because it was definitely still had that Western touch, but it was really beautifully focused on their Asian influence as well, which is what I'm here to experience and to be able to explore. So seeing that art was incredible and such a lovely thing because everything's just so beautiful. That, I think, was probably my favourite museum that I've been to so far this week because it was so interactive and really cool that it was focused on just the one person, and obviously, fair enough, he had a lot of work. It was so good to be able to go through every single exhibit and all the floors and be able to see his life story really as he was going around. Obviously, I can't show everything in there because you can rarely even take photos in the exhibits, but it was cool to be able to get some things from the gift shop. So for example, I got this little magnet of one of his works, and this one was really cool because in the exhibit there was like a step-by-step showcase of how this work was made, because it was made with printing, like screen printing back in the Edo period, which is really cool. So it's just a lot of different little sketches, and then I also got just a few postcards as well, like some of the most famous and recognizable works. That was very fun, definitely one of my favorites, I think, so far. Ueno was amazing. I had no idea it was such like a big and exciting place, to be honest. I was going to go just to 2 museums around, but I ended up finding Ueno Park and just decided to walk around there and see what was around, and that was like the highlight of my morning. It was so nice. I'm pretty sure when I looked at the maps, I realized that I walked in the opposite direction to all of the museums, which is so fine because I had such a fun time. But by the end of my walk, I decided I was not into walking all the way back and going to the museums. I was very happy with the one that I did go to, which was really interesting about Japan after the Edo period and how they survived like big earthquakes and like the war and Western impact. So that was really cool. So I really enjoyed that. It was like $3 to go into multiple floors, and it was all very interactive. Like they had full-on models of rooms that you could go into and sit and play around in and everything, which was really cool. So it was definitely a good trip. Different to what I planned it being, but I'm very happy.